When we think of wartime shortages, the mind instantly jumps to food, fuel or ammunition. But there's another commodity that quietly held immense power over daily life: soap. During the World Wars, soap was not just a hygiene product. It became as precious as bread. Understanding why this seemingly ordinary item turned into a survival necessity offers a window into how societies adapt under extreme stress. And it also holds lessons for modern preppers and historians alike. Today, we're diving deep into the story of soap, uncovering its wartime value, its connection to public health, and how you can apply these lessons today. Soap's journey from a kitchen staple to a near-luxury item begins with scarcity. In wartime economies, resources like fats and oils, which are essential for soap production, were diverted to military uses. Think explosives, lubricants, and other war-essential chemicals. This left civilian populations facing a shortage of one of the simplest, most effective tools for staying healthy. Without adequate soap, infectious diseases spread more easily. Hospitals were overwhelmed not only by the injured soldiers, but also by civilians falling ill to preventable conditions like dysentery, typhoid, and influenza. Soap was, in effect, as vital to survival as food, because clean hands and bodies literally saved lives. The second reason soap became so valuable was rationing. Governments had to control access to many goods, including soap, to ensure enough supply for both the home front and the troops abroad. In Britain, for example, during World War II, the Ministry of Food implemented strict soap rations. Households were allocated small weekly amounts, and citizens were encouraged to stretch every ounce. Families became ingenious with usage, reusing bathwater, washing clothes in communal setups, and even cutting bars into smaller pieces to make them last. Knowing how to conserve soap became a practical skill, a matter of hygiene survival rather than luxury. Soap's wartime significance also highlights the link between hygiene and morale. In crowded cities or evacuation centres, unwashed hands and faces were more than unpleasant. They were dangerous. Leaders recognized that maintaining hygiene helped reduce illness, which in turn kept workplaces functional and communities stable. In some cases, the scarcity of soap even influenced social behaviour. Housewives and home front workers became meticulous about sharing, swapping and trading soap. A bar of soap could be exchanged for sugar or coffee, making it a form of unofficial currency. For preppers and historians today, these lessons are not just academic, they have practical applications. First, understanding the supply chain of essentials like soap teaches resilience. If you were to face a modern-day shortage or disaster scenario, knowing alternative soap sources could make a real difference. Animal fats, vegetable oils, and lye remain the basic ingredients for soap making, which means that a little foresight can turn a simple survival skill into a life-saving resource. Small batches of homemade soap can be stored for months or even years, giving you both hygiene security and barter potential in extreme scenarios. Another takeaway is the value of conservation skills. Wartime households didn't have luxury cleaning products, yet they maintained sanitation through careful reuse and resourcefulness. You can apply the same mindset today, learning to stretch products, cleaning strategically, and maintaining hygiene with minimal resources. For example, reboiling laundry water to wash multiple loads, or repurposing leftover fats and oils for soap making mirrors exactly what families did during shortages decades ago. Finally, understanding soap's wartime role reminds us that survival isn't just about food, water, or shelter. It's about preventing disease. When planning for emergencies, historians and preppers alike should think about hygiene as an equal priority. Simple strategies like rotating soap supplies, keeping multiple forms on hand, bar, liquid, powdered, and knowing how to make your own can dramatically improve your ability to endure long-term crises. Soap during wartime was more than cleanliness. It was health insurance, morale support, and even a form of currency. Its scarcity forced ingenuity, and its value taught lessons that remain relevant today. The next time you stock your pantry or prep kit, remember that items as ordinary as soap can become extraordinary tools when the world is in upheaval. If you found this deep dive into soap's wartime value informative, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Share this with fellow history buffs and prepper enthusiasts, because knowing how ordinary items shaped extraordinary times is knowledge worth spreading.